If you've ever played a video game before, whether it being on a console, on a phone, or on a computer before, your parents might have told you a time or two that video games are bad for you, that they have no health benefits whatsoever. Well, I'm here to tell you that in many cases it's actually quite the opposite. There's been numerous studies from many different websites, such as Pain Resource or Psychology Today, that shows that there are actually numerous health benefits to playing video games. One of these health benefits actually, video games can act as a virtual reality pain reliever. A study recorded by Pain Resource is, well, all over the world there are numerous victims that have fallen to third-degree burns or chronic pain or just simple trauma. And normally when you get treatment for these kinds of pains or whatever, it's very painful, it's very excruciatingly painful. But instead, a group of doctors actually decided to use VR games as a way to see if it would threshold any pain to while playing video games under treatment. And it actually showed some positive results. While normal treatment can be very painful, studies have showed there were patients who have played VR games, such as the VR game Snow World, have actually showed up to a 50% decrease in overall pain while under treatments for burn therapy or other extremely painful things. Reason why is because the brain activity inside your brain is more focused on the game that you're playing rather than what's happening in the real world. Another benefit that video games have for you is that, did you know that horror games can actually help you reduce body weight? According to studies by the University of Mackenzie, it can actually be as effective as a 30-minute walk. You could burn up to 200 calories per gaming session playing a horror game. The reason why this is so is because when you're under the influence of fear, your pulse quickens, your blood rate flows faster, and your adrenaline starts to occur. Adrenaline connects to faster metabolism, which actually helps you reduce body weight overall. And horror games are more effective than as to horror movies is because you're more immersive into the game than the movie, because you can't just look away whenever you don't feel like it. Another benefit that they can do for you is video games can actually be your own little personal therapy session for anxiety, depression, or PTSD. In 2016, a study or experiment by Simon Lau he put a group of veterans under VRET, which stands for virtual reality exposure therapy, most of which suffered from PTSD, anxiety, and depression. He put them under consecutive hours of gameplay of many different action games and many different games of many varieties. And after consecutive hours of gameplay, most showed a significant decrease in intense brain activity, such as anxiety and depression. Results showed up to a 66 to 90% success rate among veterans. Psychologists even say that video games act as a psychological escape from real-life trauma. Many veterans themselves even admitted to feeling less depressed after consecutive hours of gameplay. Video games, another common fact of video games is that they actually increase your hand-to-eye coordination. It's a common fact. Studies made by foreign professionals such as Jing Chen contrasted young adults who played video games to those who did not. The players who did play video games for consecutive hours, such as first-person shooters or racing games, actually caused those gamers to have better coordination and motor skills than those who did not. There was also another experiment where patients were assigned to follow a series of moving dots before and after consecutive gaming hours. Results show an increased coordination and situational awareness skill, as patients were able to follow the series of dots a lot easier. Better hand-eye coordination also benefits your ability to play sports as well. Video games, as you know now, have many fascinating benefits to the public. Whether if you're bad at driving or if you have life issues such as anxiety or depression, you can just pick up a controller or play a game on your phone, and it just, help you out. Video games have helped me out throughout my life, and they can for you too.
Okay, what's the time back there? 4 minutes and 20 seconds.